guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Pokemon Duel. Today I'm doing something a little different, asking some frequently asked questions and also some relevant questions that will come up in the next coming days with the Gym Cup coming. It usually drops towards the end of the orange boosters. So hopefully these will help you guys out. This is my second time doing this because I recorded 27 minutes of footage with the opening boosters in between every question, and the goddamn mic wasn't on. I'll learn one day, or I'm just gonna buy a mic that just is always on when I plug it in. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to this because this time we won't have boosters in between. But if you want to know what I got a rare EX cube, which was pretty cool, and I also got an EX figure from a single booster. The best EX figure there is, Genesect. Genesect. Yeah, hopefully he'll come good on a plus 20 steel or plus 20 bug. Anyway, let's get to it. First question is from Esteban Pineda Sanchez. Shiny, why did you lower your ranking? I mean, you're the best player I know. It's to get more wins. So I did purposely lower my ranking. Well, the purpose wasn't to lower the ranking. So at the start of every month, usually people tank their ranking so that when they win lots of games, so that they can win, so they can get their rank higher quicker in the monthly ranking. So you got your general ranking and your monthly ranking. People tank their ranking, so then you only play lower people. I didn't do that because I don't believe in that. I feel it's unfair. Actually, to say that what I'm doing isn't that fair, but seriously, the squads I'm playing are crazy. Even at this level, there are so many good squads out there. Basically, what I do when I'm in the Gym Cups is I want to be putting all my time into getting these consecutive victory rewards, because for me that's the best way of grinding out EXs, and I go for 200 wins every Gym Cup. So when I have to play to get boosters, to put them back in, or to pay for the 10, get the 10 keys, it takes too long compared to what I can do, which is just forfeit, Bugbot, forfeit, Bugbot, and then I get the key, and then I can go straight back into the Gym Cup and hopefully get some rewards quicker. So it's just how I do that, and it ends up bringing my ranking down a lot. So it was at 2,900. I'm working to get that back up now, but damn, like, there's some serious squads out there, and yeah, it's not easy. Not as easy as I thought it would be. Okay, next question comes from Apeta. I have a question. Is Venusaur getting 1 MP or 20 damage, or both? Both. It will get 20 MP, 20 attack points, and it will get plus 1 MP, as it is both grass and poison type. So it is not the only one though. We've got Bellsprout, who won't really be featuring. Sweet Scent and Sweet Powder, so it'd only get a plus 20 to Vine Whip, and go to 3 MP. Ivysaur is grass and poison, so will be really good, 60-80, good way of getting the evolve, and will make Venusaur even more crazy with the 2 MP buff, and Solar Beam at 150, 160 with the evolve, Vine Whip 70, 80 with the evolve. And yeah, and it has that awesome ability with poisoned, not all poison or noxious Pokemon have -1 MP. Remember that could inflict on your own Pokemon as well. So if you're playing poison versus poison deck, you could be inflicting -1 on your own characters. So next question is from Pravin Pranchal. Hey Shiny, I have 10 EX cubes. What? 10 EX cubes? That's crazy. Green cubes, and I'm thinking to buy a Deoxys attack to fuse half of those cubes in him, or should I save them? I'm confused. Will you help me? First of all, what are you doing with 10 EX cubes? How are you doing that? That's crazy. I thought I was a hoarder with 5. Do I have 5? Yeah. No, I think I put 1 extra into my Zapdos. Did it make him 103 today? You can't look from there. I think I put them into my Zapdos. So it's a really good question. What do you do with the EX cubes? Do you invest in figures? Yeah, I put an extra 1 into Zapdos, and that is a clear, you know, this is how you should invest your cubes. Do not invest more than you need. If all you are facing are 132 psycho boosts on attack deoxys, don't put it up to 135 because you don't need to. Only invest what you need to, and by what I mean by that is my Zapdos was at 102, and then recently I've been facing a lot of Pokemon with 102, and so it's not giving me that edge that it had before. You know, you've got a lot of Pokemon with 100, and then with the buffs, you know, Ho is 100, you've got Resh is 100, and when they become 102, I needed to take that to 103 because it's rare that you see 103 Pokemon. So for me at this stage, I don't need to invest any more. If you are going higher, and the more you are higher, you will see people with higher train levels, and so then invest your cubes as when you need them, because it might be that characters become redundant. Like if you invest in attack deoxys and all of a sudden the counters get even worse for attack deoxys, then you're gonna be coming up. You're gonna be like thinking, "Oh, why did I?" You can't get those cubes back, basically, and you might never use that character again. So it could be waste. Use what you need. So if you're facing Deoxys attacks and you're not getting the win on them, definitely up it to what you need it to. But I would save them, and I would invest your EX cubes in other figures because there's a lot of good figures, and as for who should you invest in, invest them in characters, into figures that are gonna remain in your squad. Zapdos has always been in my squad and is in gym cups even when it hasn't got a buff. So that's a guy that I will invest figures in. Moltres, again, it typically is in a lot of squads, so I've invested in him. Also potentially invest in figures that could still could be awesome, are good, but will also get a buff in future. So Greninja, there hasn't been a water plus 20 or plus 1 MP. Hopefully we get the plus 20 because water shuriken will be amazing. But so invest in characters you think could still get a buff in gym cups. Okay, next question. In the grass gym, if Trevenant turns in opponents non-grass type Pokemon to a grass type, will they get the MP bonus? That would make Trevenant kind of a double-edged sword and make it risky to use offensively. This is such a good question. Great thinking, Srikanth CP. Really thinking ahead because, yeah, why not? Now, there's two ways about this. When the buffs come in, I think there's like a shyness, something to show the buffs are in play. That happens at the start of a match. So it's either going to work that's when the buffs get put on, and when a figure gets changed to grass, it doesn't matter, and they won't get the plus 1 MP buff. But I think that it will. I still think even though the buff is like happens at the start, I can still see that happening, that they will get the plus 1 MP. But I'd really hate if they did, because I really want to be using Trevenant in the Gym Cup, and yeah, it could be really annoying. And to be fair, in the Gym Cup, like if you're fighting some grass types, there's no point because it's not going to turn. It's not going to that Forest Mystery, is it? Is not going to turn them into anything. It's not going to turn them into anything good, like because you can't do a grass type into a grass type and have good effect from that. So I think it could be, could not. I think it will. I'm gonna put. I'm probably like 60% in it will, 40% in it won't. But definitely a good thing to think about going in to the Gym Cup. Okay, next question. What's the point to evolve if you need the evolution to evolve? I get this question every 2 weeks. It comes up on my old video of how to evolve. It's usually from people who haven't watched the end of the video, which is where it says what you get. But just to reiterate that, plus 20 buff, plus 10 attack damage, sorry, to your Pokemon. So Venusaur at 130 Solar Beam would become 140 if you evolved from Ivysaur. Also, you get plus 1 star on your characters. So that evolution from Magikarp into Gyarados will take Storm from 1 star to 2 star. And now what we're also seeing in a lot of figures is evolution buffs, evolution abilities. So Magikarp has probably one of the best ones, is that you knock Magikarp out, stays on the field and evolves into a Gyarados, and gives plus 1 MP to Gyarados. You also get that speed booster impact on Tyranitar. So if you evolve from Pupitar to Tyranitar, if you get it on Charmeleon to Charizard, you get that +1 MP. Really wanted it on Venusaur, but sadly they put in. But to be fair, they put in a really cool ability to that anyway. You'll also see that on Vibrava evolution to Flygon. That extra buff is that if you evolve this Pokemon into Flygon on the field, you will eliminate all Soar effects on the field. So Moltres, Articuno won't be able to jump over opponents. So some really cool effects that gives a little bit more incentive to get evolutions. Personally, I don't really use evolutions because I feel they don't come off enough of the time. Like in the Fire Gym Cup, Magmars and Charmeleons, I just rinse them. They'd evolve like 10% of the time. So only use evolutions if that is pulling off a lot of times. Use them in combinations with desperate measures. That +50 attack plate and X attack to help you get those buffs. Okay, so next question. What is the meaning of life? Pokemon. Easy. Next. Who should I spend materials on? So it kind of goes in with the EX cubes, but I'll reiterate that. And there's kind of three things to this. You know, firstly, invest in characters that, you know, if you do not, you rarely, like I've had enough material to buy 3 Pokemon, and I spent a lot on gems. But like, if you're not looking to get your material back up, and you are, you know, you're buying one figure that you really need, and you have no figures, Zapdos, straight up. Always. For me, Zapdos is the most versatile character with that 100 Thunder Crash with the Saw. There hasn't been an Electric Gym Cup yet, so it could get a +1 MP buff in that and become a killer. Thunder Charge, Roost, so good. So for me, he's the first person that I would recommend. You might go for Attack Deoxys. He's just a killer with that 130 Psycho Boost with double chance and the ability to force respins of opponents. Is really deadly and can go on monstrous attacks if you do have Deoxys figures as well, like you know, your speed form, and you can put that in combination with the Cosmo energy. This guy becomes a killer. So I would recommend them kind of like just as a blank slate. You know, you got no EXs. These are the guys that you would buy. Secondly, it depends on whether you're investing in for the now or the future. So if you're like, I invested in a Sceptile and I bought one of them at 4,000 material, annoyingly got it the day after, because there's a gym cup, a grass cup coming up, and therefore Sceptile will be a really good Pokemon to have with a +1 MP buff going to 3 MP, making him a really good runner. So if you're investing for the now, invest in what gym cup's coming up next. You know, invest in Sceptile or Virizion or Trevenant, but I'm unsure about that buff now. So I recommend Virizion because he'll be like a Moltres of the gym cup. Torterra will be really good holding Pokemon. You know, it will have the +2. It'll have 2 MP move, so you'll be able to get it into good positions. You probably want to keep it on your, you know, on your entry point with that cornerstone ability anyway, to be fair. But yeah, if you're investing in a gym cup, Venusaur is, you know, if you are going for the now for this gym cup, Venusaur all day if you haven't got him, because this poison, reducing their MP to -1, is deadly with their poison deck. But it's all poison Pokemon, so your own poison Pokemon, if you're facing a poison deck, it actually could become a bit of a liability, but it'd probably be less of a liability more of the time. So, and then so it's either you're investing in it for the now, so current gym cups coming up, or in the future. You want to invest in characters that are gonna have the longevity, who are gonna be in your squad for a long time, and Zapdos is that cornerstone of my squad. Then you've got, if you've got Reshiram, you know, well, it could be a good alternative to obviously buy Zekrom. I probably should have bought him. And also investing in spending your materials on things that might also have a benefit in the leagues, but also potentially in a gym cup coming up. So Greninja is a great runner, and Water Dark hasn't come up yet, so it's got two abilities there that could come up in gym cups, and well, to be fair, you'd want them to be the plus 20, but we got a good chance with 2 types of a plus 20 water shuriken becoming 40 times. It would be deadly. So invest in figures that potentially in the future could be really good as well. But for me, you know, the decision usually rests in, because I invested a lot of my money in the gems, it becomes about the kind of the now. But if I wasn't doing that, it would be about getting figures that, you know, are going to be in your squad and fit your squad. Okay, so next question is, how did you get the mask? This is the final question. So masks are won by trophies. These are just things that you can add on to your avatar. For every three trophies that you get in the gym cups, so you get them from achieving first, second, gold place, so top 1,200, silver and bronze place position. You can get it at, like, I think it was 40 wins or 30 wins this time. You get a trophy for that achievement, and you also get one for invincible. So I've only managed to get that in the flying gym cup. So yeah, you can get a lot of I think, and you can get more and more. I think you can get like 7 trophies, or yeah, 7 trophies, 7 invincible trophies within a tournament. So yeah, for every 3 you get a new piece of equipment for your avatar. Personally, they need to change this. Collection achievement rewards needs to be changed. If I do want these masks, you know, I really want to get to, I really like 21, but come on, man, people will try so hard to get into like the top 100 sometimes. There's no real reward for it other than blue hair. You know, I don't want blue hair. Well, I like my red hair in the game. So, you know, they need to change this up. This 2030 needs to be like, you know, 400 gems, something, you know, some material. So that needs to be changed up. But that is how you get the cool masks that you can get, and they do make them cooler. They put work into them. But what, I mean, 18? Seriously? That's like the worst blue hair ever. Apologies if you use that. So that's everything. Hopefully some of those questions help you. If you've got any more questions, please leave them below in the comments. Of course, I'll probably respond to them, but they're good for the future videos that I might do on Q&As that could be helpful for other people. Just hopefully highlighting some interesting questions that a lot of people ask on the regular, and give you some advice. You know, I'm not saying I'm right, but just hopefully it'll give you some advice towards making a good decision on it. Okay, that's all from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, make sure to hit a like button and hit subscribe to keep up to date with future content. That's all from me. See you next time.